We are studying Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Chapter 3, Karma Yoga, Sloka 33 to 35.
ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः
अथ श्रीमद्भगवद्गीतासु उपनिषत्सु ब्रह्मविद्यायां योगशास्त्रे श्रीकृष्णार्जुनसंवादे कर्मयोगो नाम तृतीयोऽध्यायः. Bhagawan Sri Krishna in Sloka 30 advised Arjuna to renounce all actions in him, that is, to Paramatma, without any expectations, without thinking of what is happening or what has happened, and his or her achievements in the past, and becoming too anxious of actions being performed in the present. He further advised Arjuna to perform selfless actions all times. Bhagavan further indicated in this sloka and next slokas that many men do not practice his doctrine and perform their duties rightfully. The question comes to our mind is why men do not follow Bhagavan advice? Are they not afraid of disobeying Lord Krishna's commands? Sloka 33. Sadrusam chestate swasyaः प्रकृतिर्ज्ञानवानपि प्रकृतिं यान्ति भूतानि निग्रह किं करिष्यति. Summary Sloka 33. Bhagavan said, even a wise man acts in accordance with his own nature. All beings will follow their own nature. What can restrain this? The Sloka 33 indicates why men do not perform the doctrine announced by Lord Krishna. Each one of us have our own prakriti, that is nature, or swabhava. Swa means own, bhava means thought. The nature in us always entertained by the roots of thinking, designed by the thoughts we had entertained in the past. So that swabhava of each individual is decided by the way one is thinking at that particular time. It is influenced by gunas, which we have already learned, that is sattva guna, rajoguna, and tamoguna, and these gunas will influence our thoughts and our nature at that particular moment, which will finally influence how we behave in any particular time. In this sloka, that is sloka 33, Bhagavan is indicating that even a wise man, that is a jnani, who knows and understands the technique of action may not follow his doctrine because his mind wanders in the world of sense objects to fulfill selfish desires. Bhagavan indicates that all men follow their swabhava or their prakriti. Their nature, that is prakriti, is too powerful, hence, who can restrain it? Swami Sarvapriyananda, in his commentary, defines what is prakriti and the nature hidden in all of us. He states that our destiny is made by us and we only manufacture it by karma, that is, actions performed in the past and present. The karma in the past life, positive and negative, is positive passed on to the present life and appear as samskaras, or otherwise we can call it as impressions or vasanas, that makes our personality and the character in this life. These samskaras are passed on from the past life as a karma phala into this life. These karma phalas give rise to our own prakriti, our nature, personality, character, actions we perform, and thoughts we entertain, etc. in this life. Swami beautifully states that one's prakriti is the sum of past karma and the present life experiences. Swami Sarvapriyananda further states that our works with nature works with three gunas as indicated before, such as sattva, rajas, and tamas. He indicates that spiritual life is only possible when we bring prakriti under our control and channelize towards spiritual sadhana or spiritual practice. While our true nature is Sachidananda, our personality, that is Prakriti, or the nature, or Swabhava, is blocking in doing and following the teachings of the Lord. Thus, sadhana should be in sync with our true nature. The Prakriti works with body, mind, and intellect complex that is required for sadhana or practice or training. We need to know how to operate these instruments efficiently. Prakriti acts in our raga and dvesha, that is, likes and dislikes. It can even affect Brahma Jnani, as indicated in the Sloka 33. Sloka 34. इन्द्रियस्येन्द्रियस्यार्धे रागद्वेषौ व्यवस्थितौ तयोर्नवसमगच्छतौ तौ ह्यस्य परिपन्दिनौ. Summary Sloka 34. Attachment and aversions for the objects of the senses reside in senses. Let none come under the sway, they are his foes. The question always comes again to us when it was mentioned that our swabhava is determined by the actions we performed in the past life as well as in the present life. Then, how do I know what type of nature or swabhava I have, even though it is influenced by three gunas? And if I have tamoguna influence or rajoguna influence, what is the solution? Bhagawan Sri Krishna gives us the solution in Sloka 34. In Sloka 34, Bhagavan Sri Krishna indicates that likes and dislikes of the sense objects for their respective sense organs are natural in every one of us. The sense objects themselves are incapable of bringing any agitations in us. But when the stimuli reaches the mind, it creates agitations in the mind. Bhagavan is indicating that we need to be master of mind, not the victim of this body, mind, and complex. Swami Sarvapriyananda states that senses have likes and dislikes for the sense objects, which impedes spiritual practice. Prakriti, that is nature or swabhava, manifests in likes and dislikes in every day. Based on the past nature, a thought is generated in the mind. So this thought is called vritti. Example, a nice house. The thought is nourished. I need to have this house. Then karma. I want to buy this house. We need to know what is helpful and what is not helpful, and what is right and wrong. We need to know. Swami is advising that we need to short circuit this understanding at the thought level. What is not helpful, wrong, we need to bypass it or replace it with a good thought. Over time, our nature changes and good vrittis comes to our mind. Vritti means thought, will come to our mind and will transform one's nature. He states that the mind responds to training and repetition that becomes later on a habit. Sloka 35. Sreyan swadharmo vigunaha paradharmat swanustitat swadharme nidhanam sreyaha paradharmo bhayavaha. Summary Sloka 35. Better is one's own duty, though does not have merit, than the duty of another well discharged. Better is death in one's own duty, the duty of another is fraught with fear. In Sloka 35, Bhagavan Sri Krishna advised Arjuna to follow his swadharma, that is, a born prince, great warrior, and archer, and can only find fulfillment in fighting battle for the good of all beings. Lord Krishna emphasized that Arjuna should act as per his own nature, even if it is flawed. It is dangerous to follow others' activities even if they are noble and divine. Bhagavan further adds that it is better to die in one's own duty as the duties of others confer fear and anxiety. This act, that is Swadharma, will purify the mind and slowly decrease the effects of one's samskaras or vasanas. Swami Chinmayananda beautifully defines what is a vasana or mental impression or samskaras. I quote, the compelling deep urges in us gathered in our past field of action that is now determines our present emotional profile. End of quote. Swami clarifies what is Swadharma, the type of vasana one discovers in mind, and Paradharma, to act against one's own true nature or Prakriti or Swabhava. Swadharma is considered as natural and inborn, and following gives joy and satisfaction. Paradharma is going against one's own individual nature and performing actions leads to unhappiness, anxiety, and fear. An example here is a doctor not practicing medicine but following a profession of music is considered to be paradharma. Swami Nikhilananda reiterates presence of and work of Prakriti with the body, mind, and intellect complex in us as indicated by Swami Sarvapriyananda. The impressions, samskaras or vasanas that are passed on from the past to the present life actively work with the mind as thoughts that are translated into actions as per our personality. They are permanent and cannot be changed. He further adds that even if one is taught about karma yoga, it is not going to be helpful. Swami defines Prakriti as natural form of an individual. Vikruti is a spoilt nature. Samskruti is a modification of the nature. Swami Nikhilananda advises that one need to have samskruti, that is, a nature which is modified by practicing the teachings of the Bhagavan.
ॐ पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः